beautiful day in the west. Auckland heavily favoured to win this encounter. Third taking on 11th. Glory desperate to avoid making more history in what has been a very tough season. Adam Taggart, good to see him back out on the pitch. Bit of a scare earlier in the week, coming off against Sydney FC, but able to shake that off and retain the captain's armband. As we'll now take some time to pause and remember Australian Hall of Fame inductee Stefan Kamasz,
A-League
who passed away earlier this week.
Professional leagues, we now ask if you're able to please rise as we pay tribute to the life of Stefan Kamasz, who passed away this week. For more than 50 years, Stefan worked tirelessly to grow the world game in Australia as a player and an administrator, which saw him work in a number of roles across former National Soccer League, Football New South Wales, Sydney FC and Football Australia. During his 5 years in the A-Leagues with Sydney FC, Stefan contributed to various areas, including CEO, and in 2014 was inducted to the Football Australian Hall of Fame for his exceptional service and dedication to football in Australia. Please pause for a moment's silence to honour his immense contribution to Australian football. May he rest in peace. Thank you.
Yes, a true legend of Australian football who will be greatly missed. All right, let's check out the starting lineups. And for the Perth Glory, coach David Drillich has named the same starting 11 that went down to Sydney FC at Allianz just 3 days ago. Auckland-born goalkeeper Ollie Sale meets his hometown club for the first time, and as mentioned, skipper Adam Taggart has overcome the knock that brought him off early against the Sky Blues on Wednesday. He'll continue his growing partnership with 18-year-old Jalen Pearman. Two changes on the bench, with Adam Bagaria and Joel Anasmo coming in for Nikola Miliuznic and Abdul Faisal. Now, Josh Risdon reached 150 A-League games for the Glory on Wednesday, and he was honoured a short time ago by the club and the fans. 150th game for his hometown club. Ollie Sale also was honoured as he made his 100th league start. It was against Western United back on January 3rd. So congratulations to Josh and Ollie. Now for the visitors, Steve Corica also names an unchanged starting 11, which is unsurprising given their recent form and the fact they are coming off a 10-day rest. A 0-0 draw with Melbourne Victory back on New Year's Day. Francis de Vries continues to impress at left back, as does forward Guillermo Mai, with 3 goals so far to sit equal with Jake Brimmer as the club's top scorer. Two changes to the bench also, with Scott Galloway and Finn McKinley dropping out of the squad, with Lewis Toomey recalled, and a possible pro debut for 19-year-old midfielder Adama Koulibaly. Here is Jake Brimmer, spent 3 seasons with the Glory, 60 games, who never found the back of the net, member of the Premiership winning team of 2018-19, and also claimed the Dylan Tombitas Young Player of the Year at the Football West End of Season Awards back in 2018. Here is David Drillich, 13th game in charge, just the 1 win, 2 draws so far. And Steve Corica, the inaugural coach for Auckland FC, has a record against Perth Glory of 8 wins and 3 draws from 13 games. Referee tonight, Nathan Shakespeare from Canberra, just his 3rd A-League game. In fact, all 3 of his games have involved Perth, who have never lost when he's involved. Hopefully an omen for the home fans. All set to go here in the West. The late night Perth show begins. It will be Auckland FC to get things started. in their all-white away kits, with Glory playing in their traditional home purple. A chance to say a very warm good evening to co-commentator Grace Gill.
Evening, Robbie. Fantastic to be alongside you for this one. Late night Perth, as you say. Well, we've been saying it for a while, but difficult situation that Perth are in, and up against this quality Auckland side, and a very well-rested Auckland side at that.
An early foul. And in fact, a yellow card with 34 seconds on the clock to Jared Carluccio. Referee Nathan Shakespeare laying down a very early marker. Hiroki Sakai is slow to get up off the turf.
We'll have another look at it, just the late arrival from Carluccio. Stamps on the foot of Sakai, and those ones really hurt.
That'll certainly make things tricky for Carluccio. Potentially another 90-odd minutes. Sitting on a yellow card. An early chance for the visitors. De Vries, who has taken the majority of set pieces from that side of the field particularly, and Moreno as well. Will be Moreno swinging in, bouncing at the near post, and getting there was Guillermo Mai. Everyone looking at each other, arms raised, and eventually corner given. So a couple of early set piece opportunities here for Auckland. Ollie Sale coming off a very strong performance against Sydney FC despite a 3-0 loss. First corner of the night, De Vries, another in swing into the near post, crowded 6-yard box, eventually hoofed clear by Pearman. Diagos for Brimmer to get things going again. It's De Vries, who's stayed over on the right-hand side, links up again with Brimmer. Good start by the visitors.
Probably the start we expected to see from Auckland on the front foot. Early days, not even 3 minutes in, but just controlling the ball, controlling the tempo to begin.
Finally a reprieve of sorts. Throw in for the Glory. 2.5 minutes all spent and around the 18-yard box. Zalewski again, looking it forward. Finds Risdon in space. And they're able to cross halfway for the first time. Closely guarded by Gillian. Eventually forcing the turnover. The vertical pass. Neat work by Mai. Questions have been raised about the Glory defence across the first couple of months. Plenty of change, both coming into the season and even during the season.
Yeah, and fair to say, questions that have every right to be asked about the defence. A lot of changes in the back line we've seen from the Glory. The worst defensive record in the league. Those questions are warranted.
Lewis Kunga, Christian Caicedo, Luke Bodnar, all already making way. Mustafa Amini as well. If you believe the rumour mill, a couple of very experienced Japanese defenders potentially incoming. Yuto Misao and Takuya Okamoto, both of whom applied their trade in the J1. Both of whom have watched up nearly 300 games in Japanese leagues. The bib nods that one out. Also potentially Lockie Wales and Patrick Wood from Sydney FC, both mentioned as incoming transfers. Patrick Wood involved today against the Mariners, potentially on a loan deal. Certainly some much-needed reinforcements for David Trilich.
Yeah, I think that's right. And it's always an interesting period of time, the transfer window. We see players moving about, and certainly for Perth, what they've needed is a bit of solidarity at the back. We've seen a lot of changes from David Village's side, his variations in the starting 11.
First chance at some attack for the Glory. Carluccio on the edge of the box has his pocket picked by Sakai. Still on for the Glory as the shot comes in. Forces a dive out of Paulson. Jalen Pearman not too far away.
Well, they're just the little flashes that Perth have come to rely on. A quick break on the counter. Carluccio really dallied on the ball at the first time of asking for Perth. Perhaps fortunate to still get an opportunity away, and the young player Pearman flashes a shot wide.
Positive signs early though. First real chance on attack. Winning a turnover and then some nice one-touch play to create that opportunity in the end. Auckland FC themselves already busy in this January transfer window, even though it hasn't officially opened as yet. Come back to that as Glory launch another forward attack. Brimmer goes down, wins a free kick. Yeah, young Olyroux Marley-Francois has joined the club already as a free agent, released by Bristol City in July. Very promising winger, able to play along both sides, although Steve Corica, when Joey Champness was released, did say we maybe have one too many wingers, but then his first signing happens to be a winger.
Looks to be a good signing as well, so really interesting to see how Marley will establish himself in the team off the bench, whether it's a starting role.
Turnover one here. Here's Carluccio. Transfer of Francois is coming a little bit too late to be involved tonight, but he's expected to meet up with the rest of the squad when they return ahead of the game against Melbourne City. Meantime, Carluccio turns it past Alex Paulson, and the home side hit the lead inside 8 minutes. What a start by Perth Glory.
Well, the Perth party has begun at HBF Park. And what a moment for the side. This, the architect on the Harvey Norman replay of Nick Pennington. Excellent work to break apart the Auckland defence. Carluccio has time, looks up, picks his spot. And all Alex Paulson can do is stand and watch. That is a neat finish. And Perth, perhaps to the surprise of some, they're in front.
Jared Carluccio gets his second goal of the season. Scored against Western United about a week or so ago. Fourth of his career. It doesn't happen much. You don't hear it much. Perth Glory in front.
Well, he'd had a chance a couple of moments earlier, just took a little too long on the ball, dallied. The second time of asking, I wondered for a moment if he had again just taken half a breath too long. But he got the shot away really neatly after a well-worked bit of play from Pennington.
A bit of a delay here as Ethan Shakespeare puts the hand to the ear, potentially VAR having a look at something.
After factual review, number 20 is in an offside position in the lead up to the goal. Decision is offside.
Well, there you go, Trent Osler, judged to have been in an offside position. Just as quickly, all the good vibes suddenly become very flat.
Oh, you can feel the energy just deflate from the stadium. There's a really clear look at that offside position, though. And such a disappointing one for Perth. Up inside the first 10 minutes at home, a desperately needed goal, a desperately needed result for this side.
The score remains 0-0. Once again, good positive signs by the Glory. Quite noticeable. And they do get some possession just inside Auckland territory. It's the one-touch play. Finding a lot of space, which would be of concern to Steve Corica. Ollie Sale is told to go and get that one. Let's have another look at it again. Trent Osler, bottom of the screen. As we saw from VAR, in an offside position.
Yeah, clear as you like there. And as I said, a disappointing one for Perth. It was a disciplined defensive line from Auckland. Held really firm, and Osler just got caught a little blindsided there. But when they break and when they move forward, as you mentioned, Robbie, they do look really sharp. Nick Pennington in particular looks to move and change the point of attack, switch the play, and on a couple of occasions now, that looks really bright.
DeVries looks like the first time and bounce safely into the hands of Sale. Performances have been getting better gradually over the course of the season. Strong challenge from Carluccio. Sense the frustration. First minute yellow, has a goal rubbed out.
Yeah, and that's tricky for a player just to keep their head. Nursing a yellow card for the next 80-odd minutes. What looked to be a really good moment for Carluccio.
Sakai looks forward. Time for the bib to get it under control. It's a nice ball forward. Finds the runner, Pearman. First time cross, looking for Taggart. Dealt with by Tommy Smith. Gallegos and Verstrata. Eventually out off Risdon.
I don't mind that idea from Jalen Pearman as well. Not much in the way of support in the middle of the park, but had he taken any longer, Auckland would have got their numbers back in behind the ball, just consolidated their shape, looked for the early pass to Taggart, and why not?
We've certainly seen that Pearman-Taggart combination come to fruition. Jalen Pearman, beautiful assist for Taggart. That thriller against Western United. It is a partnership that has been happening for some time. Pearman involved with the Glory for several seasons, even though he's only just cracked it into the A-League. But by all accounts, there's just some strong connection between the two.
Yeah, confidence in the young player, Pearman, the 18-year-old. Doesn't have many A-League minutes under his belt just yet, but brings that youthful energy and exuberance that Perth Glory certainly need.
Here's Sakai. Back for Tommy Smith. Brimmer. And a shot from distance. Beaten away by Sale. Came in from Guillermo Mai, I think. Some good hustle by Verstrata for Auckland to keep possession. And that's a little bit aimless. Sale sees that one sail over his crossbar.
And this, the previous attempt, just parried off the palms of Ollie Sale. No Auckland players close enough to chase it up.
Just the one clean sheet this season for Ollie Sale. Coming in the 0-0 draw back in November against Central Coast Mariners. Strong header by Sakai. Smith, an awkward ball back for Paulson. Calmly deals with it. Doesn't get much distance on the kick. Be a throw into Perth in a good attacking position. Zaleski with the throw. The bib for Pennington. Eventually goes all the way back to the keeper. Here's Osler for the Glory. Tries to clip the cross in, but can't get past Francis de Vries. I mentioned the late night Perth show. If you are managing to catch this game from New Zealand, well, we're into tomorrow morning. This one's knotted on. Awkward for Peinecker. Eventually Smith and de Vries step in. It's hooked away. There are a couple of venues in Auckland that are staying open into the wee small hours. Full-time bar in Kingsland, Right Track, Fort Street, Munster Inn, Queen Street. Good evening or good morning to you.
Too, you consider the players who are used to that time zone, but they've travelled here nice and early to adjust, Robbie.
Yeah, spent 8 hours in the air getting across from Auckland. The layover in Melbourne. Travelling on Wednesday, giving themselves every opportunity to acclimatise to the time as well as the heat. I think about every A-League club has tried all the tricks in the book for this Perth away trip.
Well, just the last few minutes, we've seen a really positive high press from the Glory, putting Auckland's defensive shape under a bit of pressure. On a couple of occasions, they have managed to steal the ball back. This neatly done by Auckland, though.
Here's Brimmer. Tries to slide it forward for Moreno goes down on the edge of the box. And that's neatly done. Finds Moreno in space, a low cross. It's been an excellent pickup for the Glory. Maybe on the other side of 30, but performances so far certainly solidified what was a very shaky defence. Sakai and Moreno, close quarters, the right-hand side. Now Taggart is able to find the outlet. Pennington has been in the thick of things inside the first 20 minutes. And it's neatly done by de Vries.
Yeah, clever defending there from de Vries. They're just the moments Perth are looking to break early, and again, it's Pennington involved in the release pass.
Sakai with the foul. He's always very apologetic when he commits fouls, Hiroki Sakai. Probably helps keeping him out of the referee's notebook. Sakai as well wins the throw-in. Well, this is the last of the 4 games today. Started earlier on. Had the caked in Wellington. Adelaide United getting a very good road win, 2-1 over the Knicks. Sale comes out well outside of his box to clear. Melbourne City defeating Brisbane Roar 1-0. Strong challenge from Risdon. He's an Auckland player down in a heat, but Gillian is in space and he's got plenty of speed. Bumped off by Lebed, who concedes the corner, but that's a great recovery from the big central defender.
Well, first the turn of pace from Gillian. This challenge fairly agricultural coming through from Josh Risdon. Play moved on though, and we just see that turn of speed from Gillian, but the defensive effort from Adriano Lebib to get back to match him step for step, and well, the young defender has really established himself at the back for Perth.
First corner from left-hand side. Another in-swinger, this time from Nader Moreno. Goes deep, in fact too deep for Mai. One goes out harmlessly for a goal kick.
Well, a little disappointing with that delivery. Just getting up and under, no real wind to be seen out at HBF Park tonight, but it is a warm evening, mid-20s.
By Verstraete in the midfield as Risdon picks this one up the line. Perth will get the throw. This is certainly one of the toughest away trips in the league. A few questions raised by non-Auckland fans, just how well this team will do away from their home base and the port and everything that they've done so far this season to help the team. Brilliant atmosphere at Go Media Stadium in Auckland as well. There are plenty of Kiwis everywhere you go. Not sure how many have made their way to HBF tonight.
Well, one of them found their way into the commentary box tonight, Robbie, and it's not me.
There's that bus coming. Thanks, Grace.
But we've said it time and time again, it's been an excellent start to the existence in the league for Auckland FC. They're doing so many things right in the way the club's been run. It's been a real pleasure, Kiwi or otherwise, New Zealand fan or otherwise, to watch.
Lovely diagonal ball. Gillian brings it under control. Is able to get the shot away.
That's really smart defending by Lebib once again, and Gillian looking threatening down that left-hand side for Auckland, but just watch the body shape of Lebib. Doesn't actually make the challenge, just puts enough pressure to push Gillian wide and closes down the angle of the shot. Ollie Sale had that near post covered. It's going to be a nice battle. It's built up really well over the opening 25 minutes.
Liam Gillian has impressed this season down this left-hand side for Auckland FC. Likewise, Adriano Lebib, quite rightly mentioned, a couple of early get-togethers of the two. Taggart. And Pearman, this could fall for Carluccio, who's looking for the return to Taggart. It's Murchula. Oh, somehow rides May to the ground. Mai, that is, and wins possession back. Murchula for Taggart. And Heineke can't keep that from going over the byline for a corner.
Tommy Murchell has gone on a little adventure there, found himself further up the field and was looking to try and tag it in. Tends not to dribble with the ball a great deal, more of a distributor.
First corner for Perth. Tarash Skamulka to the near post. He's looking for Risdon just over his head. Pennington picking up the crumbs. Can't link up with Risdon.
A little hand of apology from Pennington. Just that touch escaped his stride and the resulting toe poke forward had a little too much on it.
Go Pennington, of course, former Wellington Phoenix player. Started tonight very well in the heart of the Glory midfield. Nicely done by Verstraete over the top of Murchela. Finds Gillian. There's De Vries on the overlap. Gillian heads back inside. And Verstraete tries an awkward first-time volley off the left boot.
Tight spaces there for Auckland. I like what they're trying to do. Pass from Gillian Mai presenting really well. Quite a bit of traffic to work through. Difficult to get a clean shot away in those spaces.
Shed in full voice, as they have been all season. To their credit, it hasn't been easy. They do keep turning up. Still goalless as we approach the half-hour mark. It's just the 6 shots at goal across both teams. Only the one on target. Is that save by Ollie Sale from a shot by Guillermo Mai. Auckland dominating possession count. Sakai is this back under control for Smith to knock it long. Agos battling away, but Carluccio wins it back. First time shot from Pearman! Rifles it past Alex Paulson, and this time it is the Glory in front. What a strike by Jalen Pearman. And he opens his A-League account in style.
Well, that is a special, special moment on the Harvey Norman replay for Jalen Pearman. An unwavering finish as he floated really nicely to the top of the 18-yard box. The good no-look pass from Carluccio, and in comes Pearman. It's a thumping finish. He had a bit to do behind it. The ball was bobbling, but beautiful technique. Meets it cleanly, gets a whole good piece of that strike. And that is a lovely finish.
There's no goalkeeper in the world that would have stopped that. Just 3 games into his professional career, and he has his first A-League goal. And that will certainly be one for the highlights reel.
Well, I tell you what, there's a different smile that comes with the first A-League goal, and it's on the face of Jalen Pearman.
Credit the work of Jared Carluccio as well. Picked up the loose ball, was able to fashion some space for himself and then laid it on a plate for Pearman. He told his skipper, Adam Taggart, get out of the way, this is mine. Brilliant shot. And that will certainly lift the confidence of the Glory and the fans and David Drilic.
Well, you want to make sure you finish like that if you are moving your captain out of the way. He made absolutely no mistake Jalen Pearman, and Carluccio, he's toiled really hard this opening 30 minutes. We know he had the goal scratched off for offside, but has looked really energetic, everything going forward for the Glory.
Perth local, Jalen Pearman. His last senior goal came back in the NPL early May. Split in a 2-1 loss for Perth Glory Academy against Fremantle City. Hasn't happened too many times this season, but Auckland FC find themselves trailing. Springer wins the free kick here.
Well, just twice across the course of the season, Auckland have conceded first. Not many games, that is, but of those two, one draw, one loss, haven't been able to win when going down. It's a shift in mentality.
Back in midfield again, just on by Gamulka, now Risdon. Ostler tries to thread the needle. It's neatly done. Pearman finds Gamulka. Can he get around Pinnaker? And the big Kiwi defender recovers well, turns it behind for a corner.
Yeah, Pinnaker's done brilliantly there. Gamulka looked like he was away for all money, but the recovery here of Pinnaker just to get his body across, that last little reaching effort, that is crucial.
Gamulka to deliver again from the corner. Cleared off the 6-yard line, headed back into the mix, and Labib was there. Not sure if he was offside. He was in space. Was not far off the mark as Gallegos is down again.
Well, you can see on the replay there, Gallegos was absolutely cleaned up by Labib. Heavy knock to the side of the head. Good to see he's back to his feet.
Chilean Felipe Gallegos is on the end of a meaty Risdon tackle earlier in the half. As NFC looks to play out from the back. Mai pushed off the ball but retained possession.
Auckland have been able to do well on a few occasions, finding that really direct straight pass up the middle. For a lot of teams it's a dangerous ball, but the protection of the first touch we're seeing play out here in real time, it's been effective for the side so far.
Another foul by Risdon, this time on Liam Gillian. Auckland going behind. On the flip side of things, Perth Glory going in front. It's how they respond to that as well. Rare occasions that has happened. We've seen a tendency for the Glory to kind of sit back rather than continue to take the game on. It's certainly something that David Zrilic is working on and wants to change. Bouncing ball for Pinnaker. Minutes plus change remaining in the half. It's been fairly free-flowing. Too many stoppages of note. Here is Gillian. Now De Vries. That trusty left boot swings it to the back post, and not much Lizalajski could have done there. Has to turn it behind.
You heard a couple of shouts of leave it to Lizalajski. Obviously, the message wasn't received as he nods it out for a corner.
It's almost become a trademark this season for Francis De Vries. Just know that delivery is going to be absolutely on point. He wanders across to take the corner. It's a good ball into the 6. Nodded away by Merchela. De Vries again takes on Gamulka, this time off the right, lifts it in. Actually, it bounced off Mai's chest. Somewhat put off by Lizalajski. There'll be another corner for Auckland. Moreno delivers, and that sails over the crossbar once again. Well, for all the good work by De Vries on the set piece so far, Moreno hasn't quite hit the mark. A couple of corners from this near side that haven't found the target.
Moreno still getting his dial in. Just adjusting maybe to the different side of the time zone.
Play in the middle of the park. Now Auckland still dominating that possession count. Merchela ships this one over this sideline. Just the one game remaining in round 13. Coming up tomorrow from McDonald Jones Stadium, Newcastle Jets take on Macarthur FC. And interestingly of note, if Macarthur do manage to get up, that would knock Melbourne Victory out of the top 6.
Such a tight ladder at the moment, particularly that top 6, the race to the finish. Still plenty of football to play yet, but it's so congested through the middle of the ladder, which is really healthy for the league.
Speaking of congested, Perth Glory sending numbers forward. In danger of potentially getting caught out. Tommy Smith goes down under the challenge of Taggart. And the Glory captain not too happy with that. Perhaps on the softer side.
Yeah, on first glance, I thought that was really good use of the body by Taggart. Shoulder to shoulder, Tommy Smith goes down a little easily.
Comes flying forward. There's Guillermo Mai, 26-year-old Uruguayan, joined from Newell's Old Boys in Argentina. Mentioned earlier, 3 goals on the season so far, equal top scorer for Auckland FC. His career best return in a league season is actually only 6, so he's already halfway there. It was a couple of seasons ago, the Uruguayan Apertura for Danubio. Here's Gillian. Verstrata. Brings the play up for Sakai. Strato again. Time to measure the cross, but doesn't quite hit the connection. Once belted away upfield. To their credit, the Glory have been very organised without the ball. Too many clear-cut chances for Auckland FC so far. There's Verstraete to take on Pennington. Eventually wins the throw. Now Brimmer receiving a little bit deeper. Forward for Mai. And eventually gets squeezed out. Glory win the free kick.
The ball that cut through the Glory defence was excellent from Auckland. Mai did really well to receive under tight pressure. But just upending Josh Risdon on that occasion. And Perth won't be in any hurry here. Just wanting to see out the last few minutes into half-time. Control the tempo of the game, and for David Village's side to take a narrow but positive 1-0 lead into the sheds at half-time would be a great position.
Taggart goes down in a heap as Peineke came through the back. So the Glory closing out the half quite strongly. Free kick. In a good position. They go short. Gamulka for Pennington lifts it into the box. Nodded away by Smith. And Smith again, this time cops a boot to the head. Accidental from Tommy Merchela. He's blindsided by former all-white captain. He didn't see him.
Yeah, those one's always a bit scrappy. Merchela really quick to apologise, but no doubt about it. High boot towards the face of Tommy Smith, and says, I might have just clipped him. Yeah, that's sore.
Will be, in fact, a yellow card to Tommy Merchela. So the second name to Nathan Shakespeare's notebook. Joins Jared Carluccio. Forward by Smith. Brimmer brings it down. Strata stretches to keep possession. As Risdon takes over. He's able to link up with Osler, but Gillian gets back well. Peineke can only clear it into space. Risdon bouncing cross to the near post. Peineke, in fact, Smith comes across. Risdon again links up with Pearman. Shut down quickly this time. Now Carluccio in space. Low cross on the face, and coming through, Paulson on Osler. And then the follow-up shot by Nico Pennington comes off a defender, and somehow score has only remained 1-0.
Well, again, Carluccio has worked really well to create an opportunity for his side, and these are those moments where players desperately trying to get their boot to the ball first. It was Osler on the first time. Pennington coming through with the challenge on the second.
Gamulka with the corner. Smith clears. Pearman back into the box. Smith again is there. Gamulka to the back post. Taggart coming through. The Glory smelling blood here. Lebib, first time cross, dealt with by De Vries. We approach the end of the first minute of 2 in referee's time. And this will be tough for Risdon to bring down, but it's done so expertly. Gets a cross in as well. And that's hooks cleared by Peinecker.
Well, a sustained period of pressure from Perth, and they're just piling that onto Auckland's defence, who, to their credit, are holding strong. But Perth might feel a little aggrieved that they haven't been able to find a second.
Pearman, Taggart, bounce pass, shot comes in, Lizalowski, oh, Sakai has copped the full brunt of that, and straight away the referee has brought play to a halt.
Well, it was a thumping hit from Lizalowski, and hard to watch the contact as Sakai goes to ground really heavily. Good referee immediately calls play to a halt. Sakai is so important to this side, but those ones are particularly difficult to watch play out.
Zach Lizalowski has certainly got a left boot on him. That was full power.
Doctors, medical staff just making sure Sakai is okay, just going through all the necessary concussion checks. To be honest, I don't know how he's going to escape without a bit of a sore head from that. But after what was another tidy build-up from Perth, fashioned from the right-hand side, swung across the middle, Adam Taggart dropping it to Lizalowski. His strike bringing Sakai to ground.
There's plenty of concern being shown here for the Black Knights captain. Slowly getting back to his feet. Quite rightly, the medical team will take their time here. And absolutely right, Grace, he has been so crucial to this Auckland FC team. Always so reliable.
It's not looking great for Sakai, and if it is an early exit for his night, that's a big blow for him, a big blow for Auckland. He does look a little dazed and confused, and you can understand why.
Perth Glory. It's another short turnaround for them. Back in action on Tuesday. Another late night show, this time against the Wanderers from 9:40 p.m. Eastern on Paramount Plus. Good round of applause from the HBF Park crowd for Hiroki Sakai, who's discarded the armband, so I wonder if this will be a permanent change at half-time. The break will come at a good time.
Yeah, that's Hiroki Sakai's night done. It will be a concussion substitute for the referee, and well refereed as well.
So making that change will be Callan Elliott. Coming on in place of Hiroki Sakai. Yeah, absolutely the right call made there, you have to say. So, a long stoppage at the end of the half. Certainly had a few more minutes to the 2 that was initially handed out. And a little bit more adversity for Auckland FC to deal with. Here's Ostler. For Risdon. Lifts it into the box and Alex Paulson claims. That is the last bit of action for the first half, and very good round of applause for the home side. Hasn't happened too many times this season, and it will be the Perth Glory who head into the sheds in front, courtesy of that man there, the beaming Jalen Pearman, with his first ever A-League goal, an absolute rocket into the back of the net. Past Alex Paulson, half-time at HBF Park in Perth. It is the home side, Perth Glory 1, Auckland FC 0. Well, stick around, there's plenty more to come in the late night show from Perth. Grace Gill and I will review all the first half action after this short break.
Clesby, good touch. Zara worked wide to Risdon. He's never scored. Josh Risdon! What a moment for Risdon to score a goal. What a time to do it!
Yes, what a goal from Josh Risdon. Heartbreaker on that occasion for the victory. What a way to score your first goal. And Jalen Pearman, as we'll see very shortly, has been right in the thick of things. Early chance. Drew a, well, concerned dive by Alex Paulson. Jalen Pearman has certainly been the star of the show for the Glory. Welcome to the Hungry Jacks halftime show. Robbie Feldman and Grace Gill as we review all the first half action. There's the superfan Chris Lawrence. I think for the first time this season has a smile on his face at the break. It has been a very good half by the Glory. Haven't had much ball, but they've done a lot with the possession that they have had, Grace.
Yeah, really entertaining first 45 minutes. Perth have looked like an improved side, and the fatigue that we worried that they might have, well, doesn't really seem to be there just yet. Still, obviously, a lot of time to play, but this was the moment we thought Perth had opened the scoring. A really neatly tucked away finish from Jared Carluccio. Celebrations to boot, only for it to be pulled back, reviewed, and it was Trent Osler who was ultimately in the offside position. That one was scratched off.
That one after 8 minutes. So some good signs early from the Glory. And this was the defining moment of the Harvey Norman highlights. Jalen Pearman with an absolute rocket into the top corner past Alex Paulson just before the half-hour mark to register his maiden A-League goal. Some excellent work by Carluccio once again.
Well, Carluccio doing the hard work, getting stuck in, skipping through two defenders and then centering the pass. And Pearman, that's one he'll watch over and over again. And he was beaming for the rest of the half, smiling from ear to ear, and deservedly so.
Brilliant strike from the 18-year-old. Just his third professional game. As we take a look at the match stats after the first 45, and, well, aside from the possession count, relatively even. Auckland FC, for all the dominance that they've had, perhaps someone on the stat sheet and with possession, they haven't really created much.
Yeah, coming into this fixture, I think fair to say, a lot of people would have anticipated Auckland to be up at halftime, to be dominating the fixture. To Perth's credit, their shape has been better, their discipline has been better, and one shot on target, one goal. If you have that kind of efficacy, well, you really can't complain.
Take a look at the Paramount Plus player index, the top 5 from the first half, and no surprises, there's the rookie, Jalen Pearman, who is head and shoulders above anyone else at this stage. Louis Verstraete there as well. Nico Pennington has been impressive at the heart of the Glory midfield. A couple of defenders there in Nando Peineke and Zach Lizalewski as well. Fixtures from the weekend so far. Of course, just the one game still to come tomorrow afternoon in Newcastle. All began Friday night with victory, Western, and arguably the game of the year. Wellington earlier today going down at home to Adelaide United. Melbourne City defeating Brisbane Roar. Sydney FC a very impressive 4-1 win over the Central Coast Mariners. Hat-trick to Adrian Segicic as well. And we go back to Friday night, Grace Gill. This was an incredible game. There's no other way to describe it. Easily the game of the year.
Well, for victory for Western United fans, but also for the neutral, just watching this game play out, it was a lot of fun. Really good quality finishes. Western United seem to be a team that have really pulled together in a way that they're playing some good football, and they've got an unbelievable amount of heart. But it was end to end, and it wasn't scrappy, it wasn't messy. There were just some really good quality football in moments, and I think anyone who watched would have had a lot of fun watching this one.
Luke Vickery was one who certainly caught the eye. Tidy finish by Abel Wallerty, but incredible goals, end-to-end action, like you say. I know the crew on the ground, Michael Zapponi, Jake Barkadash and Archie Thompson, had a lot of trouble trying to pick out a player of the match. It changed about 4 times in the space of the last 5 minutes. Santos there, just his second touch of the night. It's his first goal, and then Noah Botic. That one was to draw it level. He knew he wasn't on a yellow card, so he was able to take the shirt off and celebrate, unlike Jordan Lawton, as we see there. And then the winner in the 94th minute, Hiroshi Ibasuki, breaking the hearts of Melbourne Victory.
Oh, it's a class finish from Ibasuki, and what an introduction to Western United colours he has had. Excellent work there.
It is the last game of round 13 tomorrow afternoon from Newcastle. Join the coverage from 4:55 p.m. Eastern on Paramount Plus. Newcastle Jets up against Macarthur FC. Well, second half kickoff is not too far away, and as we head to the break at the end of the Hungry Jacks halftime show, we've been able to vote on the best ever goals across the first 20 season, and this time, this category, it's the best violence ever. Jump on the socials to cast your vote now.
Ready crouched on the ball. It's Jedinak. And Miller Jedinak finds the top of the net. And the Mariners double their advantage.
Well, that free kick had Miller Jedinak written all over it.
Glenshie and Hutchinson look as though they're going to tee it up perhaps for Zvansbeek. It is Patrick Zvansbeek. Oh, what a goal by Patrick Zvansbeek. A screamer into the top corner, and the Mariners have the advantage. Rosie, Nichols, Traore can hit them. Adama Traore, what a goal! Stunning! That's one way to break a deadlock. 1-0 to Melbourne victory.
Header clear. And long! Oh! What a hit! He smashes it in. It's scorched past Ben Kennedy. And the equaliser from the German midfielder. A stunning strike.
All right, here we go. Give a big spin. He has to land on purple or orange.
gorgeous night here in the West. Beautiful conditions. And so far, a beautiful night for Perth fans. There's a couple of changes have been made by Auckland FC. Jesse Randall and Logan Rogerson are on the park. So some changes by Steve Corica, looking to inject something into this Auckland FC side, coming off a 10-day rest, while the Perth Glory and the games coming at them thick and fast. Very much battle-hardened. All set to go for the second half. Adam Taggart gets things back underway. And goal to Jalen Pearman. The difference so far tonight. And Grace Gill, a couple of interesting changes to start the second half.
Yeah, I quite like the changes from Steve Corica. It shows intent, it shows, I guess, a dedication on the front foot from this Auckland side. 45 minutes for those players to really establish themselves. Good attacking players as well.
Laurie back into their work quickly. Elliott convincing with the clearance, and then eventually De Vries hooks it away. So Nader Moreno and Felipe Gallegos, two players to make way. That will certainly bring a little bit of a reshuffle for the Auckland formation. Looks like Brimmer has dropped into a slightly deeper position next to Louis Verstraete, who wins the free kick here.
What was almost a really good hustle from Perth. Just a little too heavy-handed in the pressure on Verstraete.
Here is Elliott. Changes to Perth Glory lineup. Tommy Murchler and Jared Carluccio, both with yellow tickets next to their names, as De Vries swings this one in. And the shot across the face, a goal by Rogerson, dealt with by Lebed. And tied it up by Elliott. Brimmer and Verstraete settles things down. Gillian. Touch a little bit too heavy, and Pennington comes in. While Perth haven't had too many positive results this season, they have actually led at halftime once before. It was back in round 6 against Adelaide United. That night it finished in a 2-2 draw. Verstraete across to Elliott. There's Rogerson ahead of him, but defensive organisation for Perth once again forces them backwards. As Taggart wrestles Tommy Smith to the ground. It's been a good little battle tonight as well. Two veterans, the old Bulls going at it. Brimmer for Gillian. Nice forward pass. It's a little bit too underneath that one.
Really good chance for Auckland there. Nice little pass. I love that from Gillian. Just to spot the run of Mai, and Mai's probably got to do better with the shot. Had a little bit of pressure to his left, but just slightly leaning backwards, and well, he knows that more than anyone else.
On by De Vries. Here is Mai again, has Gillian in space. He's dallied on the ball a little bit too long. Randall's there to tidy up. Brimmer, neat back heel. Gillian shapes to shoot. I think that hesitation just allowed Risdon a chance to settle himself for the block. Perhaps needed to take that first time.
A couple of moments there of hesitation. The first from Mai, had to release the pass to Gillian in space. Didn't, kept his foot on the ball. Brimmer looks to create something, and you're right. Just takes a moment too long, looks for the second touch. Gillian's got to get that shot away quickly. You just don't get that kind of time in the 18-yard box.
This time foul goes the way of the Glory. If there is one slight criticism of Liam Gillian this season, it is that hesitation to take on more responsibility and taking a shot himself. Does all the hard work getting into space and using his speed. It's just that end product seems to be lacking thus far. But for a first season in top flight league as a professional, certainly made a good fist of things.
No doubt a really exciting player, Gillian, but just that decision making, that final piece of the puzzle. We've got all the right attributes, we've got speed, good technique on the ball. Just need to then be able to piece it all together.
Switch of play from Mai, looking for the run of DeVries, but Risdon using all of his experience there, rather. Still in space and is able to thread the pass forward. He's looking for the run of Ostler, but Peinecker got there. First touch of the night for Toomey. Now Brimmer. Spreads play over to the right-hand side. Elliott. Thought about the pass, releasing Rogerson, but then eventually the two almost getting in the way of each other. One back by Elliott. Here's Rogerson now. Brimmer. Through ball for Rogerson. Lizalewski uses his big frame to knock Rogerson out of the road. It's behind for a goal kick.
He's a strong player, Lizalewski, the 19-year-old. Great frame, great physicality at the back.
For the throw-in. Do go the way of the Glory. Left by Taggart, nodded on by Pearman. Actually cleared by Verstrata. We'll get another throw. Another confident start to a half. It's to the delight of the home fans. Ostler battling away with Verstrata. Touched back by Pearman. Risdon, Pearman again. Now Pennington. Lizalewski, first time cross, low. Tommy Smith scrambles it clear.
I really like that from Lizalewski. Perth had to scrap a little bit to get it out wide to find a pass through, but the first time ball, the shape on the delivery is excellent. The kind of pass that just makes you sit up a little bit straighter and take notice.
Lizalewski again on the throw. Pennington tries to muscle his way through. Risdon comes forward. Carluccio maybe in an offside position. Leg down for the time being. Randall does well. Well, the ball must have gone out if David Drulich went for it. am impressed by the Glory defensively, looking much more solid than they have really at any point this season. Josh Risdon steps in there. It's interesting to note through the pre-season, heading into round one, Australia Cup games, the teams that David Drilic named through there, the youngsters like Alizalaiski, Abdul Faisal, it was quite impressive with what they were doing. But then when the imports came in, the likes of Kanga, Caicedo, how they were basically thrown into the round one team, that disruption, I just wonder if it was worth sticking with the young team initially and then drip feeding the older heads in. As the cross comes in, the nudge on the back, is Gillian in the box, lifting it forward, nodded clear.
That's a great question, Robbie, and one we won't necessarily know the answer to. A bit of a speculative, hypothetical. But one thing's for sure is Perth are improving, and we are seeing that in recent weeks.
It's ball forward for Mai, brings it down inside the box, back to goal. Trying to fashion some space here is Randall. Eventually, free kick is given. Well, it was David Drilic himself who said, by bringing in those imports and the older players, the experienced ones, it was like they were doing their pre-season and the season had started. Hence asking the question whether it was worth maybe just sticking with the team that had played more together and had done reasonably well through the Australia Cup, rather than basically start from scratch in round one.
Yeah, really fair shout. We talk a lot about balance in teams as well, having the right balance of youth and experience, but then also homegrown players, young up-and-comers, and I think what we're just starting to see from Perth in recent weeks, although results aren't yet there, a little bit more consistency, some partnerships starting to form, Murchula, Labib at the back. We're seeing Pearman and Taggart combining at the front. So it's starting to knit together.
Yes, for the fans, it's just unfortunate. It's 13 weeks in, really. We are getting those kind of performances strung together. As Auckland play out from the back once again. Elliott, Rogerson, Zalewski coming through. Although, well, referee Nathan Shakespeare initially gave the throw to Auckland's, changed his mind.
One last point on the consistency of the team set up, the dynamic. For Auckland, prior to tonight, Steve Corica had made just 9 starting 11 changes, so real consistency in the side. The only team that had made fewer is Adelaide, whereas Carl Viet mixed things up on just 7 occasions. Perth, on the other hand, a league high 29 changes to the starting 11 across the course of their games. So it speaks to that chopping and changing that you were talking about.
Max Mata on the field now for Liam Gillian. He'll certainly add a bit more presence up front. Ball forward for Taggart. Just caught the Auckland backline napping for a second there. Mata, genuine number 9, playing more of that central role. Looking to get on the end of this one, but Tommy Murchula gets in the way. Turned behind for a corner.
Well, another attacking sub for Steve Corica as we have a look at this bouncing ball over the top, which was always going to be a little bit difficult for Taggart to get onto.
Jack Bremer taking over corner duties from Adam Moreno. Certainly left a little bit to be desired with his delivery, Moreno, but here's Bremer to the front post and knocked away. Walker, I think it was, who got there. Back for Elliott, and Here's Randall. Wide for Brimmer now. Just to take on his man who really just drags him down. Adam Taggart, the guilty party. Set piece in a rather dangerous position. By injecting Mata, it certainly brings a bit more height to the end of these set pieces. Real target for Francis de Vries to aim at. Verstraete forward as well. Two centre-backs, Smith and Peinecker. It is de Vries with the delivery. It was Mata who was coming through. Big bodies stay forward. Elliott lifting it, curling to Mata. Sale with the acrobatics, but the flag goes up.
Well, irrespective of the flag, that's a really key save for Ollie Sale to make, even just as a confidence-proving point.
In fact, it was a push in the back rather than offside. Apologies there.
But a lovely re-entry from Callan Elliott. Just had the glance up, saw the run of his teammates into the box.
Steve Corica has the suit jacket on. Started the game in the t-shirt. Certainly business time now as he finds his team down. It's a good ball forward for Rogerson. He'll chase it down. 3-on-3, sliding across. Guillermo Mai! And Ollie Sale is pumped up. Had to get out there fast. He's able to smother the shot.
Yeah, that's big from Ollie Sale. Really big, huge moment. It just looked like it was opening up, parting really well for Auckland. The work of Ollie Sale to get across, to make up the ground, to make himself big and close the angle. Well, that cannot be overlooked. Massive moment.
Bit of hesitation there between Lizalewski and Sale. Both glanced at each other, wondering who was going to go for it first. Referee Nathan Shakespeare comes across for the obligatory ref chats at corner time. De Vries with the corner. Deep to the back post. 3 white jerseys there, but it is the Glory who clear. Brimmer back for De Vries and shut down by Pennington. Brimmer, Verstraete, Elliott's. Is that avenue shut down? Brimmer gets an early cross in, bouncing ball. Sale with the save once, Risdon with the save twice. Brilliant scramble by the Glory backline once again. They are determined to keep this Auckland side out. Here's Verstraete on the turn. And Pennington sends it out via an Auckland shirt. So it will be a throw to the Glory. Frustration for the visitors.
Well, Perth holds strong, and that ball through, that is superb, the delivery on that. We had the perfect angle, you could see it open up. But for Perth defenders, for Ollie Sale, just to get in the way once more. Auckland building nicely, but that Perth Glory defence, it stood up tonight.
You can see it in the eyes of Ollie Sale there. He is on tonight. A couple of very good saves. Those ones are always difficult for a goalkeeper. That early cross from deep, bouncing in through bodies. It's almost like you have to close the eyes and go for it. Hope for the best. As Osler goes down, wins the free kick.
I was asking the question of the referee if there's a card due, suggesting there'd been 3 or 4 occasions that Osler brought to ground. Nonetheless, smart use of the body by Trent Osler.
So a free kick for the Glory, about 36 yards out from goal. It'll be Gamulka who dinks it to the back post. Murchel is there. Labib this time lifting it in. Paulson gets across well. Difficult for Andriano Labib to get any kind of power on the shot. Just tried to guide it into the back post.
It does feel as though there's more goals left in this one yet. From either side, really, both teams still creating.
There's Brimmer, DeVries. Just trying to find any kind of opening. As Brimmer goes down, foul by Risdon. He's pleading his case here. Ball given away. Sloppy. It's a 4-on-3 for the Glory. Taggart goes out. The shot comes in. Oh, Carluccio was doing his utmost best to get there. Just ran out of steam in the end. Wonder if Taggart, the better option there was to go to the left first, but he went out to Pearman.
Ended up almost not a shot, not a cross. Perhaps indecision in the mind of the young man. But a great opportunity for Perth to double their lead. Don't want to rue missed chances like that.
As Auckland come on the attack. Beautiful ball in by Elliott, was looking for the run of Mata. You mentioned the games in Perth and that feeling of goals. I love the results here. There's certainly been goals. So I don't think the scoring is done yet. Beautiful 1-2. And Mai. Elliott for Strata. Rogerson finds a pocket of space. Back for Elliott. First time cross. Risdon nods away. Brimmer, Mata. Very crowded edge of the box. As DeVries comes through. Perth are able to find the outlet. Play on, says the referee. Elliott has Rogerson to his right. That's the way he goes. Low cross in. Back post and Max Mata with an open net from 7 yards hits it over the crossbar.
Well, it should be one apiece. All Mata needed to do was steer that in, had the whole frame of goal to aim at. But just a rush of blood to the head. All he can do is apologise. That was the moment for Auckland.
Well, his most recent goal came in pre-season against the Wanderers, 4-2 loss. Also scored a couple of goals in the Oceania Nations Cup in June, but his last league goal was March 17. The Irish Premiership. It was a double for Sligo Rovers against Drogheda. As a number 9, those really should be buried. As the Glory come back on the attack. Maybe if there's one saving grace, it took a slight bobble just as it got to him.
It's awfully kind of you, Robbie. But no, they're hard, those moments. A moment of panic, but as a number 9, you've got to be finding the back of the net there.
7 games this season, yet to make a start. Max Mata on loan from Shrewsbury Town. Will that come back to haunt Auckland's? Here's the Glory. Risdon, urged to shoot, lifts it to the back post. Colson comes to claim.
Just see the field really starting to become stretched. About 20 minutes of regulation time to play, and the distance between the defenders and the top attacking players for both sides just getting further and further apart. So space starting to open up in the middle of the park. Importantly for Perth, they'll want to try and keep those spaces nice and tight at home, consolidate their defence.
As Risdon goes on a run. He's able to link up with Pearman. Just turns into danger. And he stays with it. Well, it was about this time. Think back a couple of games to the Western United 3-2 loss. They were 2-1 up at this stage. It was about now you got the sense that the Glory was starting to run out of legs and just starting to sit back a little bit deeper. So have the Glory learned from their mistakes in that game? Ball forward for Taggart. Pennington cut that heavy challenge in the back. Referee plays advantage as Rogerson comes through, and this time will be a yellow card to Zach Lizalewski. Jake Brimmer not happy.
Yeah, just a bit clumsy there from Lizalewski. Hasn't played the ball whatsoever. I don't think there's too much arguing over that card. And perhaps there's that fatigue you're talking about as well, Robbie. Players, when they start to get tired, just errors, mistakes, not being as disciplined in moments like that, but they're crucial and they're key for this last 20 minutes.
Players take this chance to get some water on board. Warm conditions. It's currently at about 22, 23 degrees, but certainly have been working hard tonight. Just under 20 minutes remaining.
For Perth last week, at half-time, Adam Taggart left the field of play. There was a slight concern over an injury, and it was around about this moment in the game as well that Nikola Miller-Jusnic was welcomed back to the field. Not in the matchday squad tonight. A couple of question marks.
There's Verstraete on the edge of the box. This cross just cannoned into Murchula. And his first game back in a long time, Nikola Miller-Jusnic, but left out the matchday squad tonight with some soreness. He's one who's been sorely missed by this Glory side. Smith. Verstraete. Switch of play for De Vries. White jerseys flood forward. It's a nice looping cross. There's Lizalewski. Hooks it clear. Drillage just had a quick word with Carluccio just as he came to the sideline and immediately has called for some reinforcements. Zach Lizalewski is down in the foreground. De Vries with a cross to the back post, found Rogerson, but tough chance to get on the end of.
Well, I tell you, if Auckland had found a goal there, Lizalewski was sitting down further up the field of play. That was his runner, but evidently has had to stop.
Two changes coming for the Glory. Anas Hamzawi and Brandon O'Neill. Straight swap. both players there. Zoe will slot into left back position, vacated by Zach Lizalowski. In fact, it will be a triple change. No. Come on for Jared Carluccio.
Well, energy, fresh legs. 15 minutes to play for Perth. 15 minutes. Some experience coming on in Hamzawi and O'Neill just to try and reinforce that defensive shape. You could definitely feel the fatigue coming into the Glory side. And for Auckland, well, I hate to say it to Perth fans, but they're most prolific in the final 15 minutes of games. So this is a huge 15 minutes coming up.
Certainly will be a test of the fitness and resilience in this Glory outfit. As one look to have crossed the sideline, yet will be a throw.
So real credit to the youngster Jalen Pearman and just his third appearance tonight. What a performance he had. Goal aside was excellent everywhere.
Look on the live ladder. Glory, as things stand, close the gap to the Jets, who are in action tomorrow against MacArthur FC. We'll go 6 points clear of the Roar in last place. Catch that game tomorrow afternoon on Paramount Plus, live and exclusive from 4:55 Eastern. Lead touch forward. Ostler. There's De Vries for company. He's able to link up with O'Neill. Just dinks it forward. The shot from Gamulka blocked. Taggart! Just had the sting taken out of it by Tommy Smith.
Oh, another huge moment for Perth. They built really nicely. This, a deft touch from Brandon O'Neill. It looked as though, for all bets, he was going to take the shot himself. He hasn't had a huge amount of work to do tonight, Alex Paulson, but when called into action, he's been up to task.
Those tasks being to pick the ball out of his net. Jalen Pearman now off the park. His goal is the difference as things stand. See on the XG there, Auckland have been by far the dominant side. But it is Perth Glory who look the more dangerous team. Taggart went for the near post, but the flag was up for offside.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case. The run from Taggart, airs of offside, was close. Just see the moment just here, leaning into the offside position. The release of the pass comes a microsecond too late.
Endo Peinecker is needing some attention here. 12 minutes remain, plus extras. Steve Crocker certainly hasn't been in this position too many times this season. The Glory will take on the Wanderers in a couple of days' time. They'll be heading into that one full of confidence if things remain as they are.
Concerning signs here for Auckland. Peinecker, certainly not another defender the side can afford to lose. He too has been really important tonight, but back to his feet, good to see, able to jog that one off.
It would certainly cause some concerns if Peinecker were to come off. There's not too much in the way of defensive reinforcements on the bench. Adama Coulibaly can play in the back line, known as a midfielder. He is a player on debut. As Auckland continue to chase the game. Switch of play out to Elliott. Here's Verstraete. Randall goes down under the challenge. Gives up possession far too easily. Here's Gamulka. Taggart calling for the switch of play. Kwano on the overlap on the left. 1v1 with Elliott.
That's well defended by Callan Elliott. The ball was begging to be switched over to Adam Taggart, who was in a bit of space. Gamulka just had the blinkers on, couldn't find the diagonal pass. That's well done by Elliott.
Glory just look the better side at the moment, first to every ball. Verstraete finds Rogerson, getting numbers back well. And well, the referee had the whistle to the mouth for a second. And waved the finger at Max Mata. As play continues. And the Glory getting a free kick. You certainly get the sense that momentum is with the Glory heading into the final 10 minutes. Mentioned earlier, the record of Auckland teams here in Perth, just the one win. Across about a dozen games or so. Also found it very difficult place to score. Won by Pennington, but tidied up by Brimmer. It's Toomey in the overlap, but couldn't really go anywhere. Brimmer saying he had his ankles clipped. There's more changes to be made. And it will be a big moment here for young Adama Coulibaly, 19 years old, comes on for his professional bow in place of Francis de Vries. Out of the Western Springs Club in Auckland. What a time to come on for your debut.
A huge moment for the young man. And congratulations to Coulibaly on a debut. Big minutes ahead of him.
He's been involved in New Zealand youth setups previously. Looks like he's slotted straight back into the back four. Crowd baying for a free kick. Referee letting play breathe. Here's Brimmer. Nods it forward. The bib is there. Now Sale. Will be desperate to keep a clean sheet against his hometown club. Here's Coulibaly. Been a consistent performer with his Western Springs club over the past couple of seasons. The New Zealand National League. Which is an outstanding effort for someone only 19 years old, and thrust into the action there. Concedes the foul. And Kwano left in a heap on the ground. And the yellow card is brandished.
Samiro Coulibaly, but you just see off screen a moment ago, Kwano shuffled himself back onto the field of play. Have a look at this one.
Oh, well, we've seen this before. A little bit more orange in the colours. Elliott and no coming together once again. Auckland just trying to pick the tempo up now, running out of time. Pennington, O'Neill lifting it forward, looking for Taggart. Might have been in an offside position. Adam Taggart. And the flag does go up.
Well, it's such a part of Adam Taggart's game. Just skirts on the edge of offside. Risk reward, and when it comes in your favour, well, it's worth it. But a few times tonight we've seen Adam Taggart just get the timing just slightly wrong.
Another change for Perth. Joel and Asmo will come on for Trent Osler, who's been very good tonight. And Asmo famously scoring on debut last season against Melbourne City. Of the last 90 minutes remain. There will be a little bit of time to be added on. Smith launches it forward, looks for Marta. Tidied up by Vestrata. There's Brimmer. Look at the Plus player index, and it's still Jalen Pearman on top. Excellent first half. There's a Nasmo, can't get it under control. Rogerson, Brimmer, Peinecker fighting hard. Turned over by the Glory. Gamulka, Taggart has Quan go in space. Couldn't find him. Pennington with the shot. Always rising over the crossbar.
Nervy moments. Just a couple of minutes remaining. I thought for a moment there Adam Taggart was going to leave that, let it run through to the legs of No, but the shot from Pennington, well, ends up well and truly out of play. This really important minutes for Perth, these last few.
Just the 2 shots on target tonight for the Glory. 11 shots in total. There's Koulibaly. Switches play. Bit of work for Peinecker. Long ball forward. Marta flicks it on. Randall coming through. Elliott's there as well. Vestrata thought about the shot, and it's a great challenge coming in. Brimmer on the turn. Vestrata as Brimmer left in a heap on the ground. It was Brandon O'Neill.
The first challenge by O'Neill was excellent. Broke up play. The second just left a little much too in it, a little too much in it rather. This one here just a little late. The lunging foot right on the top of Jake Brimmer's foot, and that one will be sore tomorrow.
There's also their set-piece taker. Jesse Randall is lurking with intent as well. So expect this one to be lifted into the back post. There's plenty of jerseys forward and plenty of Glory jerseys there to defend as well. Oh, and that's disappointing delivery from Brimmer. He's able to win the header. Peinecker, Vestrata, Elliott flicking it on. Guillaume Omai! Claiming there was a touch off a Glory shirt. The calls will go on deaf ears. Another golden opportunity blown by Auckland's.
Well, he's just scooped up and under as the ball was bouncing and rising, and it hasn't been Mai's night by any measure. He's had a couple of really key chances, has not been able to capitalise. And Perth will take, well, not yet a sigh of relief, because for all their work, for all their valiant defending, that won't matter unless they can see this game out and secure all 3 points.
They're heading in the right direction here. Pennington, the early cross. Maybe needed to keep possession a little bit longer.
Whether it's tired or wasteful, it's just not the delivery Perth needed there. These are the moments where experienced players need to get their foot on the ball.
It'll be 5 minutes added on. 5 more minutes for the Glory to hold on. Neat turn, Gamulka has a Nasmo over on the right-hand side. Taggart, no. Gamulka in the area, and Nasmo down to the byline.
Oh, lovely stuff. Sorry, Robbie, lovely stuff there from Perth. The pass from Hamzawi that split through Auckland's defence, that was class. And a Nasmo shows a nice turn of speed, little drop of the shoulder.
Taras Gamulka in no rush whatsoever. Just the 2 Glory shirts inside the box. Played short for Nasmo. And they head to the corner. Rogerson is able to clear his line. And a little bit agricultural from Labib.
It's a long 4 minutes to take it to the corner. Labib knew exactly what he was doing there. Just trying to slow things down.
Smith launching it forward. Chested down by Randall. Rogerson over there as well. There's Verstrata. Randall. Early cross. He's looking for Elliott, who is creeping into the back post. Now Koulibaly. Out wide for Randall. Mai on the edge of the box. Guillermo Mai. Ollie Sale tips it over the bar. First shot on target of the night for Guillermo Mai.
Oh, it's a good night for Ollie Sale. And Mai trying to make up for the moments that he missed earlier. Great technique shown by Sale. Good strong hand to steer it over the bar. These are nervous moments.
Pause for dramatic effect. Here's Randall on the corner to the near post, flicked on. Auckland have so many jerseys forward, so many bodies. A chance for the counter-attack. Joel Nasmo off at the races. Koulibaly in danger, and it's going to be a very short-lived debut. It's a straight red card for Adama Koulibaly. You see there, almost apologetically, what else could he have done? And Nasmo was away.
Well, it was a beautiful striding run by Joel Nasmo. He had the break over Koulibaly. And whether or not he meant to, just a little clip of the heel, undeniably, that's a red card. The right call, denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. And now just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Koulibaly, villain or hero, he takes one for the team, slows down the run of the Nasmo.
I don't think there'll be too many red cards on debut in the A-League. Came on the field in the 82nd minute. Sent off in the 94th. And the Glory will make another change. Nathaniel Blair coming on for Nicholas Pennington, who has been one of the best on ground tonight.
He's getting a little bit of treatment as we speak on that ankle. Nick Pennington, he's been tireless across the field tonight, just pulling the strings for Glory, as he has done so in recent weeks. And a big couple of minutes coming up for Nathaniel Blair. We'll just need from him smart play, industry. And this will be interesting. Perth not really looking to send players into the box. I dare say they'll go to the corner and just try and scrape through as many of these minutes as possible.
Warm round of applause for Nico Pennington. Glory, they're on the verge of breaking this drought at home. They're on the verge of claiming a second win on the season. Brandon O'Neill, just about all on his own with the free kick. Beaten away by Paulson. And then cleared by Rogerson. We are past the allotted 5 minutes. I suspect there will be a little bit more added.
Well, that would have been some way to cap off this performance. Brandon O'Neill did go for goal in the end.
Didn't have too many people to aim at. There's the Glory win, the throw-in. It's all going their way tonight. Tag it again, off Rogerson. Brandon O'Neill urging the fans to see them home. Risdon, that's off him last. Is there anything left for Auckland's? Into the 7th minute of injury time. Merchela, who's been strong at the back. The drought is broken. Stand up, Perth Glory fans. You can be proud of that effort tonight. They've worked so hard across the season, which has seen so many disappointing moments. But tonight is not one of them. Tonight is a great moment to be wearing purple. Relief on the face of David Trilich. A second win of the season. A warm embrace for the two former Sydney FC legends. What a moment for this crowd. The Shed are up and about. Jalen Pearman's goal, the difference. A maiden A-League goal in just his 3rd league appearance. Full time at HBF Park. A much needed and drought-breaking win for the Perth Glory, 1-0 over Auckland FC. Well, Grace Gill, an incredible moment for the Glory. But on the face of things, much-deserved winners tonight.
A valiant effort, a really, really valiant effort. Hard work shown by the team. And they held on. It was gritty at times, and it had to be. But for David Trilich, for the fans, for the Shed, for the numbers that continue to turn out for this club, well, that one's for them.
Absolutely. If you take a look at the Alex Tobin medal points for tonight, Ollie Sale, outstanding, a 2nd clean sheet of the season. Number of good saves, he gets 1. Nicholas Pennington, mentioned him several times tonight, gets the 2. And Jalen Pearman, the player of the match, he gets the 3 points tonight. He is our Isuzu UTE player of the match. Jalen Pearman, congratulations on that. Congratulations on the goal. I don't think you could have hit that any better. How does that feel? Just 3 games into your pro career and you score a goal like that first.
Oh, it feels amazing, honestly. Like, one of the best strikes I've ever done in my life, to be honest. And what a time it could have come at. Yeah, it was so good. Feel amazing.
Congratulations, Jalen, an excellent performance by you yourself. It's been a tough few weeks for the club, obviously, but now this result, what does that mean? What does that mean in terms of turning around the positivity in the group?
Oh, it's such an amazing turning point in terms. First win, can now kick on and keep going, and hope